San Diego Padres baseball dates back to the 1930s when the team was part of the Pacific Coast League. And in celebrating Black History Month, ABC 10 News reporter Steve Smith tells us about the former Padre who became the league's first player to break the color barrier.
Right here on the corner of Broadway and Harbor sits what now is a park, but 85 years ago, this was the site of Lane Field, the home of the Pacific Coast League San Diego Padres. And from 1948 to 1949, the guy who played catcher on that team was a player named Johnny Ritchie.
There's a long, deep, rich history of black baseball in San Diego. And probably the most famous and preeminent figure is Johnny Ritchie.
Dr. David Miller is a historian at the San Diego History Center. And he says that Ritchie, who was a San Diego High grad as well as an Aztec, had a pretty successful career.
There are a lot of historians who say that if he hadn't been black, he would have made it to the major leagues. But that, even 1948 clearly was still a limiting factor.
Now, Ritchie was brought to the Padres in the late 40s with a plan of developing his skills and a goal of getting him to the major leagues.
So Ritchie was here from 48 to 49 and was actually the first black player in not just the Padres, but the Pacific Coast League.
In fact, Ritchie is considered the Jackie Robinson of the PCL.
What's interesting is the Pacific Coast League follows right after, breaks the color line with Johnny Ritchie, our own San Diegan, hometown hero. And the Pacific Coast League actually, and the Padres in particular, integrated a lot faster than Major League Baseball.
Now, anyone familiar with the Pacific Coast League Padres knows Ted Williams played on the team in the late 30s. But Dr. Miller feels Johnny Ritchie was just as important.
To have now as common practice a very integrated, multicultural, multiracial San Diego Padre team. And those kinds of things happen because guys like Ritchie, are willing to take the abuse.
I'm Steve Smith, ABC 10 News.
Ritchie played 9 seasons in the Pacific Coast League, Negro American League, as well as in Venezuela, but he never made it to the majors. He died in Chula Vista in 2003.